like I say, the players that are going away to the African Cup of Nations as well. Now it starts, you start looking at the squad and you're relying on maybe the youngsters that come on today. You know, they've got no experience. Of course, you know, they need to get that experience, but where Manchester United are at as a club, you need to get wins on the board. And the next few games that they've got coming up, of course, Newcastle at home is going to be a tough game. You know, I think we saw that they've got Wolves, they've got Burnley. You know, no disrespect to them teams there, but they're games that they should be winning. But when you're looking at your squad now and you're thinking, well, have I got the players to adjust and be in their positions? It is going to be tough. And, you know, you've got to get straight back on the training pitch now and work on. Like Roy was saying, we said it before the game. Going forward, you know, they've got players that can create something out of nothing. It's the opposite side. It's working hard. It's the intensity. It's the defending. And, you know, we saw that on the 2 goals. We've been through it. You know, Len Yoro could get out to the first one after Morgan Rogers' touch. You know, you start to know players. You should know players. He's going to come back on inside on his right foot. And if you give him that much space and time, you know, he could put the ball in the top corner like he did. The second goal is the same thing. It's Tielemans out there. You know, you want to show him back up the pitch instead of letting him get a cross in. You're thinking, oh, maybe the cross won't amount to nothing, but it actually does. And, you know, Ollie Watkins is on his front foot instead of Haven. Rogers gets a touch, he scores, and that wins the game. So it's the details of not when you're in possession, when you're out of possession, and the intensity and the work rate that you have to put in. And if you're not putting that in, you'll get punished like you did today.
And it means those comments that he made about young players, and he brought young player on today particularly, the comments that he made about them maybe being a little complacent and a little bit entitled in terms of expecting there to be a natural progress into the first team. It all feels a little bit more heightened when we hear comments like that about the senior pros, about the players who should be leading the line and should be the ones who are doing the work off the ball.
Yeah, and it's hard for young kids to come through. It's hard, you know, they're playing against the rest of the world. They're not playing when we played. You know, now they're playing against kids from Brazil and all over South America where you can bring them in. So it's hard, but you want to bring these kids into good football teams. Do you know what I mean? When they make that jump, they've got to come into a team that's flying. Do you know what I mean? Like Arsenal, when you see Arsenal, they bring Wanyeri on and Dauman, they're playing full of confidence. They look after the players. You know, bringing them players on now. You know, I said to Ashley, as soon as Fletcher come on, first thing you should do when Fletcher comes on, give him the ball. Straight away, give him it, get him in the game. And it's not like that. They're all looking after themselves first, and that's why it's hard for these kids. But, yeah, you know, they might have to go another way. You know, it'd be up to the owners of the club. They might look at it and go, wait there a minute, we want youth. We need youth in the team. We ain't got money to go and buy 60, 70, 80 million pound players. We've got to get these kids in, and the only way you can get them in and see if they are good is by keep on playing them. But, you know, for me, what would it hurt playing the young kid Fletcher against Newcastle? What would it hurt? They're not winning the league.